So let's say you have no money. Your business has no revenue. Either you're a startup or you are an existing business, but you have no revenue. And you're trying to build business credit in that process. Let's have a conversation about that. So here are the steps I really want you to follow. So the thing here is that if you want to build a business credit with no money, you still have to have a business. So you want to formalize your business structure. See, the whole thing is we hear a lot of viewers actually sending us emails and saying, well, I want to build business credit, but I have no money. I have no revenue. How do I do it? And our first question is, do you even have a business? Because sometimes you think you have a business, but you don't have a business, boss. You are probably listening to me right now. You're thinking that you have a business. When was the last time you filed your LLC paperwork? When was the last time you filed your S corporation paperwork? When was the last time you filed your C corporation paperwork? Probably 10 years ago or 5 years ago. So is your paperwork really updated? See, the whole thing is you gotta have up-to-date documents. So what I want you to do right now is to contact your state authorities to make sure that you still have a certificate of good standing when it comes to your LLC, when it comes to your C corporation, when it comes to your S corporation. So you got to formalize your business structure. And this is important. You got to have a registered agent. You got to have, see, all those elements are important because when you start thinking about acquiring business credit from net 30 vendors or business lenders, they are going to ask you those documents that I'm just asking you now. They're going to ask you anyway. By the way, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here to have this sort of quick convo with you about how to build business credit with no money. So the first thing is you want to formalize your business structure. The second thing is you need to apply for an employer identification number. You got to have an EIN. There's no way you're going to build business credit if you don't have an EIN. I don't care if you're a sole proprietorship. Even if you're a sole proprietorship, you can still acquire an EIN. The IRS allows you to have an EIN. So you want to actually shift your business credit, like all the transactions, onto the EIN. That way, when somebody runs your DUNS number, they have a clear idea about that it's you. Because the whole process is, if you do not divorce your personal affairs from your business's affairs, you're not going to be able to build business credit either with money or with no money on a proper or with the proper methods. Okay. So number one, you want to formalize your business structure. Number two, you want to apply for your EIN. The third thing I want you to do here is to open a business bank account. Oh, this is so important. And, having a business bank account formalizes or legitimizes your business. It basically actually adds a layer of credibility to your business. It adds an extra layer of legitimacy to your business. In other words, your business appears legit if the lender knows that you have a business bank account at a bank or a credit union. This is really important, and you're going to need an EIN that you created earlier to sort of open the business bank account. I mean, there are other requirements to have a business bank account, but having an EIN is really important. And the reason why a business bank account is also critical is because the lender sees you as being, let's say, vetted by the banks or credit unions where you have the bank account. Why? Because banks and credit unions, for regulatory purposes, for anti-money laundering purposes, they actually do a lot of due diligence before opening a business checking accounts or a business or a personal savings accounts for that matter. Okay, so the third thing is you need to open a business bank account. The fourth thing I want you to really do right now is to really start talking to vendors and suppliers in your industry. For this, you don't need to have money. You do not need to have money at all. What's going to happen here is that you need to really find out exactly what your needs are. What kind of needs you have? Do you need office supplies? Do you need equipment? Do you need whatever you need? Do you need a business plan? Do you need marketing services? Do you need anything that really will help you run your business? Let's say in a better way, you need to write down all the needs or your needs, and then you need to start realizing you need to figure out, and we can help you with that. If you have questions, just drop us in the comment section below, and we'll let you know based on your needs and geography. We'll let you know which providers can help you out. So based on your needs, you're going to have to reach out to those service providers. And at first, you don't need to pay anything. Okay, there are ways to communicate. There are ways to actually have a conversation where you talk with the vendor and supplier, and you ask for a net 30-day payment term. Okay, And there are ways, again, we can help you with that. We can give you advice. We can give you, don't worry about anything. We'll give you free advice and help you how, we'll actually hook you up. But there are things you have to have first. You got to have the EIN I spoke about. You got to formalize your business structure. You got to have your business bank account, and you need to actually start establishing credits. The next thing I want you to do here is that when you talk about, see, the goal here is you want to build business credit with no money. So what you want to do is you want to start actually partnering with the likes of a Uline, for example, Granger, Quill. You have a New Egg Marketplace. You have you have a lot of players out there who will do business with you if you are able to actually present yourself in a certain fashion. And when we talk about certain fashion, we're speaking about like in addition to the EIN I spoke about, you want to have your business plan. You want to actually start a conversation before even applying. So before you even hit the submit button, the submit button on your application form online, you want to contact the company itself and have a conversation. This is something that a lot of entrepreneurs don't want to do. They think that they want to run all their business online, and this is just a bad idea. Businesses are actually run by people, and those people, they listen. Those people, they are social animals. They like to talk to each other, to other people, and it's great to also pick up the phone just to have a convo, to ask questions. On the phone, you are gathering intel that you will not be able to gather just by reading the website. Like it's kind of funny. Like a lot of entrepreneurs, they just go on the company's website and they read the content there, not knowing that the content there is like outdated. Probably this content was written 5 years ago or 5 months ago or 10 years ago for that matter. So it's always better to contact the company itself so you have access to the latest and greatest information. Okay. So, and the thing is that you want to partner. So the thing is you want to partner with vendors who report to major credit bureaus. The thing is you don't want to just partner with any type of vendor. Like if you partner with vendors who don't report, you're not going to build business credit. You actually want vendors who report to Experian Business, to Equifax Business, and to Dun& Bradstreet. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's conversation. The topic we are addressing today in today's conversation is how to build business credit with no money. How do you do it with no money? So far, you have seen that everything I'm telling you does not involve any money at all, including partnering with vendors who report to major credit bureaus. If you want to really make sure that they actually do not require advance payments from you, make sure you have a business plan. And the thing is, if they grant you the net 30 terms, make sure that all payments are made on time. You need to make payments on time. Do not be late. Very important. Do not be late. The next thing I want you to do here, if you want to build business credit with no money, is that you need to actually open an account with Dun & Bradstreet, another one with Experian Business, and another one with Equifax Business. But out of all those three, Dun & Bradstreet is the most important one. So you want to actually set up an account online, and you want to have a DUNS number, and then you want to have a business credit entry file, okay, so that your company's name is in the system. And then what will happen here is that the Dun & Bradstreet will start tracking your payment activity, will start tracking your financially related activities to sort of give you let's say an initial score. So this is really important because this will actually be the baseline for you when it comes to determining your future path forward in terms of where you will be at in terms of your credit score 1 month from now, 1 year from now, 10 years from now. See, the same process happens with Experian and Equifax. And the next thing you want to do here, you want to monitor your credit reports regularly, and you want to take the opportunity to apply for a credit card or a corporate card. Now, a business credit card is a lot easier to actually. So when we talk about monitoring your credit reports regularly, so once you have an account, let's say you have an account respectively with Dun & Bradstreet, Experian, and Equifax. What will happen here is that they will ask you, like you will be able to access your credit reports. Now, this is not free though. So if you have no money, you might have to spend a little bit of money, maybe $20 or $40 a month to actually monitor your credit reports. So you want to see exactly what's in there. You want to know what Dun and Bradstreet is showing the whole world about your business. You want to know what Equifax is showing the whole world about your business. You want to know Experian, what Experian is showing about your business to the whole world. And you want to take the opportunity to apply for a business credit card. So the business credit card, you do not want to apply with any other provider. You want to go to the very bank where you are currently at and ask them if they can issue a business credit card for you. This works well if you have an existing relationship with the bank. If you have an existing relationship with the bank at the personal level and business levels, okay, that way they can actually have less stringent requirements for you to kind of help you out. The next thing I want you to do here is if you are trying to build business credit with no money, with no revenue, with no income, you really need to build a relationship with lenders. I mean, earlier I was just talking to you about building a relationship with the bank, but you need to actually go beyond that and build a relationship with lenders. See, the thing is, in this economy, the economy is going down. The stock market is going up and down. I mean, whatever. You hear bad news all the time on TV, on social media, and what have you. And if you have a great relationship with a vendor, you can parlay that relationship into something else. Now, how do you establish a relationship with the vendor? Very simple. If you have no money, do not apply for a large loan. You can start with a small loan, let's say $1,000 or $5,000 loan for business loan. And if you have like multiple, just rinse and repeats, rinse and repeats, rinse and repeats. If you have, let's say, 4 business loans of $5,000 every year, or 10 business loans of $5,000 every year, you are building a history of patterns, a history of what we call positive patterns. And this will actually help you a lot in terms of boosting your credit score gradually, your payday score. Very soon you will see your payday score go from maybe 50 to 75 to 90 to 95 or even 92 or 98. Okay, everything is possible. So this is an important. When we talk about building a relationship with lenders, that's what it means. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are having a conversation about how to build business credit with no money. How do you do it? No revenue. How do you do it with no income? Doesn't matter if you are a startup. It doesn't matter if you are an established business. It doesn't matter if you are a business in between. Okay, I'm just giving you the tips and tricks and hacks that you need to build business credit with no money. And the next thing you want to do here is to keep your account open. You want to keep your account open. Whatever account you have, keep them open. Business credit cards, keep them open. Net 30 vendors, keep them open. Even if you don't do business, like if you don't do regular business with the company, keep all the accounts open. Well, because the thing is, you are trying to build a business credit. You are trying to build a history of business credit. So you by keeping accounts open, you are able to get that to actually establish that relationship. Here is a bonus for you, boss. And this is a really important element. So the thing here is that if you are a business, whether you are generating revenue or no revenue at this moment, it is critical to establish business credit. I mean, you probably have let's say an idea already about why it is critical to have a business credit. But I want to dig a little deeper so that you have a much clearer idea, a much more transparent idea about why building business credit is critical for your long-term growth. If you are in business, the goal is to actually survive in the long run and be able to actually parlay that survival into more revenue, more growth, more sales in the future. And the way that you do this is that you are able to get easier access to capital, something that only good business credit can actually give you. You have more financing options. You have improved cash flow. You have improved business reputation, and you have increased negotiating power, which is again quintessential if you are trying to scale your business in the long run. So, for example, when we talk about having easier access to capital, you are able to actually, get cash from venture capitalists and other investors. those financiers, they are more likely to invest in businesses that have established good credit. As your business grows, you will likely need more funds to cover expenses, and having a good credit rating will make financing more accessible. And you, again, it's talking about more financing options. Having strong business credit will open up a variety of funding options for businesses, such as more traditional bank loans and lines of credit or alternative online lenders. This flexibility can be beneficial during certain times, especially during uncertain economic times. You also have improved cash flows. Okay, a good credit profile will help you secure financing quickly and manage cash flow better. This is especially important for businesses with seasonal sales or those that need to purchase inventory to meet customer demand. So if you are listening to me right now and your business has to deal with cyclicality and seasonality every now and then, then you know that you will need to have a strategy to actually take care of that. And having access to business credit will actually help you out. You also have improved business reputation. When other businesses and investors see that your company has a good credit profile, it can help you build credibility and trust, and this can give your business a competitive edge in the marketplace and make customers more likely to do business with you. And you also have, the last but not the least, you have increased negotiating power. So a good credit score can give you leverage when negotiating contracts and pricing. This can be especially beneficial in industries where contracts are negotiated on an ongoing basis, such as professional services. Let me close to this conversation by giving you the approach that you really need to pay attention to. So, how long does it take for a business to build a good credit score, either with money or no money? Now, the thing is that, let's say, unlike what you probably have heard on YouTube and people talk about, you can establish business credit in 30 days. This is just a bunch of lies. You are not going to increase your business credit score in 30 days. Like people talk about, yeah, you can boost your business credit score by 100 points in 30 days. First of all, this is a double lie because number one, the business credit score, either through Paydex or Experian, 100 is the maximum. So you cannot increase your business credit score by 100 in 30 days. Number two, the very idea of raising your business credit score by 130 days, such a short time frame, is just a lie right off the bat. So don't listen to them. Okay. And so it takes about 6 months to have a solid business credit, whether you have money, whether your business has money or not. 6 months is a good time frame to think about, and it allows you to go maybe from 50 or from having no business credit to having something decent, depending on how you run your business. I mean, we're talking about 75 or 80, which is what you should aim for anyway. And one thing I also want to say here is that you really need to pay attention to what really matters at the end of the day in terms of like using the right type of business credit cards. Because see, here are the pro tips I really want you to pay attention to. So you can also use business credit cards, or you can also try to use charge cards to build business credit. Okay, if you have no money and you qualify for a charge card that says whatever you charge on the card, you have to pay it at the end of the month, then you are able to let's say build business credit real fast or even faster because you are controlling your expenses. See, a charge card says that you have to pay in full whatever you charge on the card during the last 30 days because the bank is not allowing you to actually move one outstanding balance to the next period. Now, they want you to really clear all balances. So this could be a possibility also if you are trying to build business credit with no money. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. In today's conversation, I was just quickly talking to you about how to build business credit with no money. And I give you the steps, the bonus, the approach, the pro tips, and here is now the recap. Thank you. God bless you. I will speak to you another time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.